It's been called to order. Let the record reflect we have a quorum to conduct tonight's meeting. First item on the agenda is the minutes of the regular meeting of September 22nd, 2016. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
You have a motion to approve?
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions? Legal?
No.
Okay. All those in favor, please indicate by raising your right hand. Unanimous. Motion carries. Minutes are approved. Next item on the agenda is unfinished business. Item A, awarding of a bid on certain 2016 roads resurfacing projects. Mr. Fenwick? I thought Mr. Lotz was going to be here. Is he not?
He was supposed to be here.
Okay. Well, why don't we defer that to the end of the agenda, give him a few more minutes? That's okay. Next item on the agenda is item B, approval of the master lease of Regions Financial. In the previous meeting, this had been tabled, so I have to entertain a motion to remove it from the table.
I move that you remove it from the table.
Do I have a second?
You have a second?
All those in favor of removing it from the table? Unanimous, thank you. Moving forward with the approval of the master lease of Regions Financial, I'll open it up for discussion if you'd like.
Sure, and all this is doing is the board had previously approved a lease, or at least the consideration of a lease for the fire engine and ladder. I believe that was in February of this year. And then previously as well on IT equipment. And so all I'm doing here is requesting to be able to consolidate 3 individual leases under one master lease agreement, so we're not negotiating 3 separate ones with 3 different institutions. It's a standard lease. That's offer any if there are any questions.
All right. Mr. Gutting, I think you'd had some comments prior to the meeting. Could you share that with us,
Yes, the
please?
question came up about title to the equipment, and Commissioner or board member Tracy Ashcraft, that's under section 5.03.
Okay.
Borrower shall hold legal title to the equipment. So the bank has a lien on the equipment for which it can take action if we fail to pay down the road, but we have title to the equipment.
Okay. Thank you.
I believe that's pretty typical of most loans.
Yeah,
They have to have
this is-
something to secure it with, so.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, nothing further from you. I'll entertain a motion to approve. Item B, approval of the master lease with Regions Financial.
Make a motion to approve?
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further comments or questions from the board members? Mr. Fenwick, anything further from you, sir?
No.
Legal?
Nothing.
Okay. All those in favor of approval of the master lease with Regions Financial indicate by raising your right hand. Unanimous? Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Motion carries. I'm not sure what this means, Kathy.
Oh, it should have been new business.
Oh, okay.
They just put an arrow.
In the interest of hoping Mr. Lotz will be here, I'll proceed to new business. Approval of the appointment of a reserve police officer, William Benjamin. Mr. Hoffman?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Not sure exactly how this goes because I haven't been before you to request a new reserve officer when the officer himself wasn't here, but I wanted to make this request with the hope that next week at some point I can get an appointment with the city clerk for the administration of the oath of office. The reserve officer, Benjamin, if approved, is ILEA certified, brings an enormous wealth of leadership and management experience in Marion County law enforcement to the Lawrence Police Department, and he will be an amazing asset and resource for us.
Fantastic.
Our current existing reserve strength is 27. This will obviously bring us to 28, and it will have minimal, if any, financial impact on the police department because
Fantastic.
we're fully equipped to bring him on.
He's a resident of Lawrence, is that correct?
I believe Indianapolis, on the
Indianapolis.
northeast, here on the northeast side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Township, probably.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Chief, what was his name again?
Bill Benjamin.
I believe it's on the, do you have it on the back of your, it should be the
Should be
last
on the
page
front.
on your stack of goodies there.
There it be.
There it is. Okay.
Former Deputy Chief of Investigations for IMPD, former Deputy Chief of operations, where he oversaw over 900 officers. District commander for the Southeast District, was actually a commander while I was there. I worked for him when I was a sergeant with IMPD. Like I said, there are few people in Marion County law enforcement who have the experience and knowledge, education that he has. He's nationally certified. He's a college graduate, former professional football player for the Colts. Just a wide variety of skills and knowledge that he brings to our department.
Sounds
We're
like
lucky to get him if appointed.
Sounds like a great addition.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I'll entertain a motion to approve the appointment of the Police Reserve Officer William Benjamin.
Make a motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions for Chief Hoffman?
No.
No? Legal?
None.
All those in favor of the approval of William Benjamin as a reserve officer, please indicate by raising your right hand. Unanimous? Thank you, Chief.
Thank you all for your time.
I can do the next item
Okay.
rather than wait.
All right, we'll proceed to the approval of awarding the bid on certain 2016 road resurfacing projects. Moving back to item A on unfinished business, Mr. Ketting.
The bids were received and taken under advisement, reviewed to make sure they complied with the bid specifications and requests for bids. I think the city's design engineer reviewed the details as it related to the proposals, et cetera. In a letter from Director Bill Anthony to the Public Works and Safety Board, he's recommending the approval of E&B paving, which is the lowest responsible and responsive bidder, which you are required by law to award to the lowest responsible and responsive bidder if, in fact, there are no other mitigating circumstances. And since Mr. Anthony recommended the approval of them, I have not been made aware of any other circumstances.
Okay. All right. And I also raised the question with Mr. Anthony. Those of you on this board remember, we just approved approximately a $600,000 award to the same company, and I somewhat raised the question if they were able to facilitate this on top of what we'd already approved, and he had no reservations whatsoever. So I just wanted to share that with you. So at this time, I will entertain a motion to approve the awarding of E&B paving for 2016 road resurfacing projects.
Make a motion to approve.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any comments, questions?
No.
Obviously, we're getting late in the year, and that's why we're having this special meeting, so we want to try to get some of these accomplished, if not all of them.
Do we know timing?
What?
Do we know an exact timing yet?
I'm not aware of it, but I think they wanted to get started as soon as possible.
We're going to start Monday if we can get it done.
Next Thursday is when,
Okay.
they'll
I
begin.
figured it was quick.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any further comments from legal?
No.
All those in favor of the approval of the awarding of certain 2016 bids to E&B paving, please raise your right hand. Unanimous, thank you. No further items on the agenda. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Second.
All those in favor? We are adjourned.